A troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it. 'Tis said there is an illness spores can contract beyond the rift that inflicts unspeakable harm on those around them. As it progresses, the pawn gradually loses all self-control, and in time will even cease to heed the Arisen's commands.
Indeed. Well, we shall have to remain watchful, lest one of our company should start showing signs of this sickness. I'll carefully conserve my strength. Where ought we to go now? Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off?
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray.
I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
Regarding the Vermundian military, yes?
As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace, but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. It would be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true Arisen then. There is a problem, however. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? Very well. I would not think to press you on this matter. Perhaps you would consider taking on a different task then. You will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Disa's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels afore now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? Very well. I would not think to press you on this matter. Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Disa demanded Waldar amend the code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. Our laws dictate that your majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for your majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, your majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
Who was that young man, I wonder? He did not seem a criminal. I cannot imagine why that guard was chasing him.
Pawns aren't permitted entry to the palace, but I would see you to the entrance if I may.
Oh dear. What am I to do?
Lots to do. Let's see.
Follow me, if you would.
We shall await you here, Master.
Aye. What is it?
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support. Where ought we to go now?
See this piece. Protect it. Now, how best to proceed? Would that all my days were so tranquil. Right, some sleep.
The road's at your neck. Well met. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality in all Vernworth.
We must rest, though the sun is still up.
Though our foes were familiar, our tactics were most novel.
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Ready to forge on?
Well, it's got to be in the thick of things, mate.
We might make the fruit robber hunt ourselves, or purchase some at Vrude's apothecary in Melv. Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location.
Guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
There is little point in my leading the way if we haven't got what we require to hand. Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
Oi there, friend. All I ask is that you hear my request. What have you got to live? My thanks, sir. As to I've been holding off service on account of all the monsters on the road, but now I feel prepared to start making trips to Melv again. Only trouble is, there are still monsters about, and I can't help but worry for the safety of the car. That's where you come in. See, I've got a letter here from Lady Margit, the Watchhead's wife, to be... I'd like you to accompany the cart in my stead and see to it that the letter reaches its recipient. What say you, friend? Splendid. Now, the carts only depart at certain hours of the day, but I find that... And mind you don't forget to pay your way before you board. That's standard practice. Each cart travels with an escort, so anyone thinking of riding for free will have but enough of my lecturing. Just make sure that letter gets to Sir Leonard. Oh, and I'll pay your fare this time, seeing as you're doing me a favour and all. Come find me when you've delivered that letter. I'll be waiting to hear from you.
We ought to see this to its destination.
I'll not take that from you. This ox cart's bound for Melv. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
There's no harm in a bit of merriment,
Lots to do. And my precious little time. I shan't resist.
Twill take a better mind than mine to solve this.
Lantern, Master.
It isn't mine at all.
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. This ends here. Well done. It seems we have enraged our foe. Might we not use their rage to our advantage?
Worthy of the show. Not to save our best people.
Understood.
We must rally. Panic will only place the enemy's advantage.
What the fuck happened? That wasn't me. That had to be this motherfucker I picked up right here.
Crane, follow me. I see a ladder yonder, but we can't reach it from here.
Get off my shit.
Get up there and drop it down.
When their skulls snap beyond repair.
Or to melt from the beast and break the stars.
best to see.
Ah, here we are. The Oxguard made it without too much trouble.
Mayhap we can employ a cart for our next journey.
Well met. Hope to see you again.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously.
Hello again, sir. Say, have you brought some fruit rubber for me? Oh, well, if you do...
What to make of this? Am I to do?
Ah, well met. Here for... Some fruit, Robert. Are we? Do come again.
Hello again, sir. Say, have you brought some fruit rubber in? Oh, I haven't much to offer in return, but I'll be sure to tell Grandfather what you did for us. He'll want to reward you properly.
We have what we need to deliver, do we not? Let us find the intended recipient.
We ought to make the delivery now, lest it should end up lost or misplaced.
I quite agree.
What am I to do? You really ought... to have returned by now. Mayhap 'tis time I went looking for him. Is that you, Norbert? Oh, fie. Wait, listen. Would you be willing to search for my brother? The brave fool said he was going to look for herbs and went off into the forest. I'd go and search for him myself, only... I'm not afraid of monsters. But 'twould hardly help anything if I were to run in there unprepared and get myself hurt now, would? So I thought, mayhap you go in my place. You look like you could please, sir. I worry for my brother. Many thanks. Go into the forest and turn when you reach the tree with the bird's nest, keeping the cliff to your right. Ah, this won't work, will it? I could see the route in my mind's eye. But my feet know it better than I do. But my brother and I are the only ones who use that path, to my knowledge. I suppose there's only one thing for it. I'll have to show you the way. Just be alert. The monsters of the forest... I'll need you to watch over me. Keep me safe. Right. In we go, then.
Let us do everything in our power to render aid to those in need.
Wish I didn't have to work to earn my bread. It's this way.
I shall be proud to serve you, Arisen. Very well. I shall return.
I'd wager our merry band can handle whatever comes.
No challenge is beyond our combined might.
True enough.
This place at all. This is a good spot. Let's stop here a moment. I've camped here with my brother many a time.
My knowledge from other worlds tells me that a forgotten riftstone lies near here. Shall I lead the way?
Not like a feast to get you ready for bed.
Agreed. We ought to give ourselves a chance to recover ere we continue on our journey.
Seems naught ever goes right.
Goodness.
We're higher up than I'd thought.
Take care not to fall.
We ought to proceed with caution. Here we go again.
We must focus on finding victory, whatever our discomfort.
Of course. One of us is entrenched. Nicely done. I can do no less in service to you.
I concur.
mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. Now seems a fine time to sort through your belongings, Master.
Perhaps 'tis time we returned to our base of operations and deposited some of our finds. This is most convenient. Another destination we were bound for is not far from here.
Can anyone hear me? Please! I need help!
Norbert, are you hurt?
You truly are formidable, Arisen.
I'd thought I was done for.
Ah, it was a near thing. How are you feeling?
I think I'll be all right. But if you hadn't come for me, Thanks, Ian.
Save your thanks, Norbert. I'm your brother.
From where I'm standing, all that matters is that you made it in time. Anyway, I'm eager to be rid of this place. Let's return to the village, shall we? The sooner the better. I've got to deliver these medicinal herbs to the people who need them.
Ah, you'll hear no complaints from me. Let's be off then.
There is no telling what perils we may face. We must be ready to protect our charge at a moment's notice.
Thanks, friend. You can do this.
Methinks we can move this boulder if we work together.
Would anyone care to push? I expect this would fetch a fair sum at market.
A fitting reward for a rigorous search.
That's it!
This is my sort of place.
Follow me, if you would. My sorcerer skills could improve our situation. Might I be of assistance? You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use.
I shall remain by your side.
Back at last. That was an ordeal.
Aye, I'm exhausted, but I can rest after I've delivered these herbs. I'll be back soon.
Good on you. Just take care, all right? You wonder why I don't follow him? So long as he stays away from that forest, he'll be fine on his own. When my brother told me he was going to fetch those herbs, I refused to join him. Said it was too dangerous, and I was right. But mayhap none of this would have happened had I only gone with him. My brother is always the one taking the initiative, while I stand around with my hands in my pockets. But today's misadventure showed me that the path forward is the one with fewer regrets, even when you can't be sure where it leads. We managed to save Norbert, and perhaps that's all that matters. Still, I can't help but wonder if I couldn't have spared him some of the pain, and so from now on, I'm going to trust in my own instincts. Ne'er again will I let fear...
With Sir Norbert safely returned, Melv shan't lack for medicinal herbs. 2 good deeds in one, you might say.
We're to see this letter to Sir Leonard and Melv. Shall we board the ox cart as directed, Master? Certainly, Master. I can take you to this individual.
The guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
We have reached our destination.
Hail, if you've a moment to spare, I'd like a word. As you can see, we're rebuilding. A task that... What say you? Would you be willing to help? Excellent. You're a good sort. Here's what I need from you. A bask of saurians has made their nest outside the village. Though they're yet to cause any harm, their proximity makes... I'd like to enlist your aid in driving them away. I've prepared some explosive casks and left them by the village entrance. Use them to send the saurians scattering.
A saurian nest so near the village is worrying indeed. Let us see the explosive casks there as quickly as we may.
True enough.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall... The sun climbs high. I happen to understand Elvish, Master. We're to see this letter to Sir Leonard and Melv. Shall we board the ox cart as directed, Master?
Ought to be said.
Here we go again.
We fight. To arms!
By your lead.
I shall return.
What can I do for you? Ah, a letter from Lady Margaret, you say? It is a fair way you've come, then. My thanks. She's a kindly sort, I must say. We met when I worked with her husband, Sir Gregor, on one occasion. Now she's taken to inquiring after my health at the turn of every season.
Shall we report our results?
That Lady Margaret's a kind... Well, that appears to have sent some of them. To finish the job, I'd have you drop a jar of poison. With any luck, the Saurians will realize that they chose a... But pray, take care not to drop... You must make sure your aim is good. You'll find the jars of poison just outside the village.
Now we are to throw a jar of poison. Be sure to handle it with care, Master.
Let me get that.
Well done, Master. Those Saurians shan't dare approach the village for some time, thanks to your efforts.
One could not have hoped for a gladder outcome.
And I must say, you've a fine arm. I couldn't have done better myself. Watching you got me thinking. Mayhap you've the sense to inherit the skills I possess. Or perhaps 'tis a little early for such talk. In any event, thanks to the work you've done for us today, the rebuilding efforts ought to proceed apace. And for that, I'm grateful.
Our task is complete. Outstanding.
We have done what we set out to do, and that is well enough.
It is vital that we rest and regain our strength before moving on.
Here at the inn, I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
We must rest, though the sun is still up. I trust we've all inspected our equipment.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust?
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.